Hello everybody. So welcome back to another edition of Matt's Crappy Astrology. And I say crappy astrology because I'm not an astrologer. I have no idea what's going on. All I can do is talk to you about what might be coming up, because if I'm feeling it, you're feeling it. So here we go. As you know, on Saturday, I had filmed a video about Saturn entering Aries, which was a very emotional time for most people. You were going to be sitting in your feels from probably Thursday to Sunday. Saturday evening probably would have been the worst of it. And by when I say worst of it, you would have been sitting deep in feels that may have come up from like 2 years ago to 20 years ago. Because what it is designed to do is get rid of all these feelings that you've harbored, whether it's guilt, anger, or ideas that have just kept you from moving forward. And we all have them. We are all at this point where, all of us have gotten to a point where like we've masked certain things, we've let certain things go, we've said, I will deal with it later. And what Saturn in Aries is meant to do is for that later to be now. As I said Saturday, most of what happens is a serving suggestion. So Saturn entering Aries ends up going from a serving suggestion to a literal wallop of all-you-can-eat buffet, in introducing all your emotions, all the old stuff, and getting you to sit there for a while. Not to make you feel bad about what you may have put off, but to highlight what really needs to be let go. What and who and how you can be in a new frame of mind, a new frame of reference, and that's simply all it truly is. If you've woken up this morning and you're feeling better, great. You're through, I hesitate to say the worst of it, but you're through that emotional roller coaster. And there may be some more emotional roller coasters coming up in the next week or so as we tend to get deeper, because we do have a new moon today, and then we have a full moon coming up on June 1st. So all through this week, it may just be a little bit of an ebb and flow in terms of energy. Saturday was an ebb and flow. Today is more of a reprieve because we have this new moon in Gemini, which allows us to find our adaptability, allows us to learn more about what we truly want. And it encourages us to embrace our curiosity and open-mindedness. So for today through the full moon, be adaptable. Understand that things may not go the way you want it to go, but be open to change and be open to fast change and be open to learning about why things may not be going the way you really want it to go. And that is just the new moon. Like, we are trying to bring in new ways of doing things for ourselves, new ways of communicating, and new ways to open our heart to ourselves as well as the world around us. And Gemini allows us to be adaptable enough to find what does work and to drop what doesn't work. So from Saturday to now, we've gone through this emotional roller coaster of this does not serve me, where now the new moon in Gemini is coming in and says, what do you really want? What can you move forward with? And how can you make it work in a way that is best for you? And if it's best for you, it's best for those around you, because everything starts with you. And this is what I'm learning. And if I'm learning it, I'm going to teach as much as humanly possible. Like, everything we do starts from us. We're not doing it for any other reason other than to make ourselves better, because if we can make ourselves better, we can heal ourselves through the idea of learning, through the idea of letting go, and through the idea of just being in our heart. With that in mind, from now to June 1st, the full moon in Sagittarius is now going to be, in a week? I think June 1st is Sunday. So when you think about it that way, we've gotten to a point of being open-minded this week and able to really understand where we can adapt to new things, new ways of idea, and new ways of doing things. The full moon in Sagittarius on June 1st is going to come in and go, okay, so what is my truth? Where do I want to explore this truth? Who do I want to explore this truth with? first with myself, but who else do I want to bring in and explore and understand and feel that I can be part of a group. And I say part of a group because like when you do learn and you understand where you are going and what you are doing through yourself, you can start bringing people in who believe the same things and start forming a community. So for this week, it's like all about adaptability, all about releasing those limiting beliefs. And I say that because we're in a new moon, but we're already subject to the feels of the full moon. So it's like, I want to be adaptable. I want to understand why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. I want to release with love. I'm no longer feeling so burdened by all these old ways of doing things or all these old emotions that have shot up within me because I've done the correct things. I've done the work to make myself settle, to make my heart open. And that's literally what this weekend was. And what this week is just feeling, being, settling, opening. Right? Like we're in a new moon where it's like, I want to try something new. I want to be adaptable. And then we go to the full moon, which is I want to bring in. But you can't bring in anything if you haven't let anything go. Like there's a certain point at which we understand that maybe our bodies, our cup, our mind is too full to really bring in a new idea of something. So this past weekend, Saturn entering Aries was getting you to release that cup of emotions that you no longer need so you can start again, so you can start anew, so you can refill your own cup with what you truly want, what you truly desire, without the idea of I have something from 10, 15, 20 years ago fueling a false desire that gets me nowhere that I want to be, that gets me nothing that I truly want, and is not truly who I am at this moment. All this through this week is getting you past that point of limitations to a point where you are figuring out who you truly are. By the time the full moon comes in on June 1st, Sagittarius is all about wonder and exploration and trying new things. So we go from being in our fields to, there's a whole world of possibility around me. And there's this whole full moon that's illuminating a path in front of me that allows me to figure out who I truly am and where I really want to go. So just follow that path this week, right? It's slowly starting to illuminate because we are void of course right now. There is no moon, there's no light, there's no way to find our way around. So in a way, we're kind of just exploring blindly. But because we're exploring blindly in a Gemini new moon, we can have one or two ideas in our head. One of those ideas like, I'm blind, I can't see anything, and I'm just going to stay here. But what's really going on is the other idea that's coming in your heart and mind and going, you know what? No, we can't see. We don't know what's on the other side. But why not just move forward, test theories, test ideas, test new ways of feeling, and see what really does work for us. And really what the universe is saying is like, you don't need a course right now in order to test who you truly are. And that's what's coming in, which is it's just testing. Doesn't mean that's going to happen. Doesn't mean that you're going to consistently be void of course. Doesn't mean that you're not going to have a way to move forward. But for right now, it's just time to test. It's just time to sit. It's just time to see what does work and what doesn't work. And with that, I mean, that's pretty much the crappy astrology. Like, we're still in Saturn Aries. I don't know how long we're in that for, but through this week, you may still be feeling the emotions that are coming up because they do need to be felt, they do need to be processed, and they do need to be let go. So if you find yourself in this way of, I'm in my feels and I don't know what it's about, I don't know who it's about, know this. It's not about anybody but yourself, right? If you're going to be angry with an old version of you. Don't be angry at a person that you think is causing it, because nobody else is causing this but you. Your ability or lack of ability to react in the moment 20, 30 years ago to save yourself the time and effort is now causing all this stuff to come up. So take some time, take a breath, Know that it's coming up because it needs to come up, and just let it go. Let it go with love. Let it go with admiration. Let it go with the fact that you are knowing that you will be a better person for doing this hard work. And that's all this week really is, right? We're just trying to let go. We're just trying to be lighter. We're just trying to find our way into a new way of doing things. And if that resolves communication issues within ourselves, if that allows us to feel like we are expanding new horizons, if that allows us to feel like maybe we're on a new path in life, so be it. You know, we have felt sometimes at bay, held at bay, and like the doors are closed for a little too long. And you know, May was like that. A lot of May was like that. It's like so much holding back because there was no direction. But the direction was clear, because the direction was sit here and feel. Sit here and let things come up, leading to the culmination of Saturn in Aries. So a lot of May was clearing out the emotional house, spring cleaning, understanding. And by the time we get to June, you know, the full moon in June 1st, is literally just saying it is time to move forward, not with gusto, but with cautious optimism for a new life. So take that as you will. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer you a reading, a tarot card reading, and see what to expect for the next week. Ace of Discs. That, it's as simple as that. And yes, discs is money. Ace card is creating something new. It's the start of a new way of exploring your mind, exploring your energy, exploring what truly calls to you, so that you can figure out what you truly want to do in life, where you are truly going. There is so much growth, so much optimism, and so much amazing energy available to you this week. You just have to know where to look. You have to know what to feel. You have to know when to let go, when to hold back, and when to cautiously and optimistically move forward with the right idea, the right intention, and the right way of doing things. It's going to take some time. This doesn't mean that like tomorrow you're going to be rich. What this means is there is a brief moment of respite and relaxation, and then the next moment is I have a great idea and I want to try something. But ideas are simply that, ideas. What do you need to fuel this idea? What do you need to make this idea come into reality? And how do you feed this idea? This is what this week is talking about. This is what the Ace of Discs is talking about. Everything is available at hand to you. Everything got you to this place of letting go of the things that have told you you are not worthy. So because you're an empty vessel, now what happens is you can be filled with the positive intentions and ideas and energy that allows you to feel worthy and ideal of what's coming through. So from this moment on, we're still letting go, but we're let go of enough of our old self, or of the old world, of the old ideas, that we're able to bring in new ideas and feel that change. Because before, new ideas were trying to come in, and we were all just so blocked because there was no room for this new energy, because there was so much, I'm not going to call it negative energy, but there was so much different energy in our bodies and around our minds and psyche, that whatever new was trying to come in was just mixing with the old, and it would be converted to the idea of like, oh, there's a great idea, but I can't make it work right now. What the full moon in Sagittarius is going to do at the end of this week is give you that leg up that says, here's the idea, here's the room, here's the time, what is it? How are you going to make it work? But it is up to you to feel it, to work it, to realize the truth behind what you truly want to do and make it work for yourself. It's not about anybody else. Just like you letting go of old stuff, of old psyches, of old ways of doing things is never about anybody else. It's all about how you connect and react and entertain and communicate with yourself, with your heart, with your mind, with how you see yourself. And if you're seeing yourself in a disadvantage, what's going to go on is you're going to bring up disadvantage. So this week, let it all go. Breathe, take some time. Know that whatever is coming in is fueling you to the next stage and allowing you to see the truth behind the positive interactions in your heart, in your mind, in your soul, in your psyche. With that in mind, that's been it. Peace.